I do want to ask you. We've got some late breaking news as you and I are recording. It looks like there's some Chael Sonnen news. Do you want to share some of that?
Yeah, very excited to announce this. We signed Chael Sonnen. I've been talking to him for a couple of weeks, and we're finally able to hammer out an agreement. And so grateful to have him on board. Chael brings a lot of knowledge, experience, credibility, and entertainment to the table, and can't wait to work with him. He's just a little bit I've been able to communicate with him so far. Um, he's perfect, just perfect for what we're going to do.
Chael's perfect for what, Eric? You haven't said what he's signed to do. We don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I assumed everybody could read my mind. I mean, the power of podcasting. I thought maybe there was some telepathy involved here. No, Chael's coming on as our color commentator, and certainly he's got a tremendous background in amateur wrestling, knows freestyle inside and out. The MMA equation, also very, very important in what we're going to do. So, yeah, he'll be our color. He'll be our, I don't know, maybe kind of Jesse Ventura, Joe Roganish type of color commentator. So, very much looking forward to it.
And I assume we're talking about Real American Freestyle. Do I have that right?
Real American Freestyle. Yep.
Okay, so there's the news. Chael Sonnen, color commentator for Real American Freestyle. You heard it here from Eazy-E. Dude, what an entertainer he is. In an alternate universe, Chael Sonnen could have been a top drawing pro wrestler, don't you think?
Absolutely. And that's what I'm so excited about with Chael for Real American Freestyle, because he brings, we know what the challenge is. It's not lost upon us. Amateur wrestling is the original sport. It's been around forever. People that have friends or family that are involved in amateur wrestling, freestyle wrestling, they know what's up. But the other 98 or 99% of the country don't. And Chael is going to be able to bring so much insight in an entertaining way to the property and really, like I said, educate and entertain all at the same time.
We can't get enough Real American Freestyle talk. I love a good startup. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to continue to update you as we get closer and closer to the launch. Tickets aren't on sale for Cleveland just yet, are they, Eric?
Not yet. We'll be announcing that. I think today's Friday, or sometime in the next week, 10 days.
So we will have all your information on how you can see Real American Freestyle live and in person in the coming weeks. And to sort of get you ready, I guess you're branching out a little bit recently, right here on 83weeks.com. We went totally live, and you had Ben Askren on. I mean, that guy knows a thing or two about combat sports. How was your chat with Ben?
What a cool dude. He's a little edgy. That's why I like him. He is not afraid to speak his mind. And again, so much credibility. The Olympic team, whatever year it was, 2008, I think he was a Pan American champion, 2005, 19-2 MMA record. He's the real deal. And like I say, he not only knows the sport, he's not shy about speaking up. In fact, the subject of the interview that I did with him is Ben's passion, I guess. Passion may be a little strong, but he's very committed to a rule change in Real American Freestyle. And we talked a lot about that. And like I said, he's a great guy to have on board, knows the sport inside and out, been there and he's done it.
We're going to have a lot of fun with Real American Freestyle in the coming weeks. Our topic today is Dustin Rhodes. But before we get there, I do want to touch on some television news because that's right in your wheelhouse. Eric, since you and I got together, it's been announced through Mickie James that WWE LFG has been renewed for 3 more years. She says, hey, that's 3 more years. So hopefully like 6 seasons. This is a big deal. Obviously, this is the grandchild, maybe great grandchild of Tough Enough. So it's reality TV meets wrestling. It feels like an Eric Bischoff idea. What do you think of LFG getting renewed? Are you surprised that it's enjoying this success?
Not surprised at all. I would have been shocked if it wasn't renewed. It's great television. It gives the audience a look inside of the process. What's really cool about it for me, and this is the one thing this is the fertile ground that LFG is taking advantage of. When it comes to any other sport, and we're categorizing WWE as a sport for this purpose. But we know the process. If you play football as a child, you're exceptional at it, and you get picked up by a college, perhaps a scholarship. You move on to the draft, and then hopefully, like 0.1% of the people that go through the process actually make it to the NFL. Same thing with the NBA. We understand the process, how someone who's, in their teens, for example, end up becoming a professional in their sport. But with professional wrestling or sports entertainment, it's kind of a mystery, and people come from all different backgrounds, and they find their way into sports entertainment in so many different ways. But I think the Performance Center, what WWE is doing, is creating a process where you get the best athletes, the best performers in a deliberate kind of controlled progression. And the viewers get to see inside. They get to understand what it takes to become a star in WWE. What is that process? What are the challenges? Who are these people? Where do they come from? All of that engages the audience in an entirely different level than the action you see in the ring, which is obviously important, or the promos, equally as important, in some respects more important, in terms of defining and building a character that people care about. And the Performance Center, LFG, gives you an inside look at that to better understand it, and ultimately to have a better appreciation for it.
Let's talk about some other mainstream Hollywood news. There's a report from Deadline that Roman Reigns is in talks to star in the live-action Street Fighter movie. We've heard this speculation for years that Roman had his eyes set on Hollywood. We know that John Cena, The Rock, and Batista have all enjoyed great success there. This obviously would be a big deal to be involved in a pop culture movie like Street Fighter. I mean, it has such a devoted following on the video game side of things. And I know you once upon a time adopted, video game characters for the wrestling ring. The adaptation for the silver screen and the inclusion of Roman Reigns, that seems to make sense. What do you think about this opportunity for Roman Reigns, Eric?
It's just a matter of time. It was, I should say, just a matter of time. Roman, I don't know how good of an actor he is. We're about to find out. And like any other goal or aspiration, excuse me, he'll get better as he goes. But the one thing we do know for sure is he's got an amazing presence. Mm-hmm. He's one of those people that when he walks into the room, no matter how busy you are or what the conversation happened to be that you were engaged in, you kind of stop and look over and ask yourself, if you don't already know, who the hell is that guy? He's got an amazing presence, and if he can pick up the acting along the way and get some great coaching, who knows, man? Because he's got an amazing look. He looks like a Hollywood movie star.
Well, maybe you're ready to get off the hamster wheel. The Federal Reserve data is showing that the share of accounts making only minimum payments has now climbed above 11% as of the first quarter of this year.
Damn.
That's the highest level since they started recording and tracking this data back in 2012. But at the same time, a recent survey from Experian found that 2 in 5 Americans are carrying credit card debt and believe that making the minimum payment is enough to manage it. But like millions of Americans, are you too struggling with high interest rate credit card debt? You feel stuck just making those minimum monthly payments? Well, you've heard me say time and time again, your home is still worth more than likely what you paid for it. So instead of carrying all that high interest rate debt month to month, why not use the equity in your home instead? Just take a look at Andy, my buddy up in Appleton, Wisconsin. He had some medical issues that forced him and his family to take on a lot of credit card debt. But we hooked him up at SaveWithConrad.com. We helped him take advantage of the equity he had in his home. He paid off that debt, and he's going to save more than $1,000 a month. But how much can you save? Let my team run the numbers for you today for free, just like we did for Andy. There's no cost and no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. It costs nothing to look, as our pal JR says. And when you work with the team at SaveWithConrad.com, you can also expect our year 3 guarantee. Experts agree that interest rates are set to fall within the next few years, but we have an exclusive 3-year guarantee that allows you to refinance in the next 3 years at any time with no lender fees. So you lock in a better rate, reduce your monthly payments today, but you don't waste money with a whole nother set of closing costs later. The best time to start saving money is today. Well, actually, it was yesterday, but today is the next best opportunity. So why not access some of that newfound equity in your house? Turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. If you've got some honey-do renovations you'd like to do, maybe you've always wanted to upgrade your kitchens or bathrooms, you've got the equity in your house to do that too. No matter what you're looking for, we can help at savewithconrad.com. Find out how easy it is to get started. And just so you know, you don't need perfect credit. So even if you've had some problems, we don't say no, we say not yet, but here's how. We want to get you on a path to making those financial goals a reality at savewithconrad.com. Why not let my family help your family save some cash at savewithconrad.com? NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender, savewithconrad.com.